For as long as we can remember, companies have worked with fairly similar business models, based on the concept that assets are owned by companies and are rented or bought by customers. Most companies prevail under the same basic thinking today. However, the markets are starting to change. You've probably heard about the new trend that is currently disrupting the automobile, hospitality, retail, entertainment and media, and technology markets. It goes by many names and works over many different industries. It's a concept that's under constant development. I guess that you know what we're going to talk about: the sharing economy.
It turns out Americans made more than $3.5 billion last year using some of the things in their everyday lives.
People are making money on all the things around their home, going unused so much of the time. It's called the sharing economy.
The sharing economy is a blooming business that is spreading all over the world. The development of the concept is possible thanks to the technological advancements that we have done and the globalization of the world. The consumption of people are increasing and assets owned by consumers are constantly underutilized. It's been an economy that has not been feasible in the long run. With the new sharing economy, people can make their unused assets available for other people to use, increasing the efficiency of all consumption. You can get a whole new income from things you've never considered getting money from before, and at the same time, it also gives opportunities for other people to use the things you weren't able to before. The sharing economy isn't necessarily only about sharing assets, but also about sharing skills, information, media, and much more. It's all about sharing what you have, can, or know about.
Have you heard about the sharing economy?
Yes, I have in one economics class.
I have from an innovative class.
No.
In a survey done by PwC, 44% of the people questioned said that they know about the sharing economy. All of them felt overwhelmingly positive about the concept, and almost all of them were willing to use their services.
What do you think about it?
I believe it's a great use to optimize the resources because it's something that only one owns, but you can share it with so many people. So it's a resource that's available for a less inexpensive kind of service that you can share from a lot of people. Example, eBay, that it's one company, but you can buy a lot of stuff from a lot of other suppliers in one database, which is great.
Have you heard about the sharing economy?
Yes, I've heard about the sharing economy. I'm a professor in entrepreneurship class, and I have seen that most of the projects of the last year have become part of this kind of economy.
Okay. And can you explain us what it is?
In the sharing economy, what we have is we have different. It's not like an ecosystem in which you have people, which is the center, the main participant, the people that is doing something. Well, you must know that some examples of this kind of companies like Uber, where the people has some means, some assets that they contribute for a need in a market. So in this case, I would say that the sharing economy is combining the assets of some people and the knowledge of other people, that is providing a platform or a software where the people can share their assets or the benefits. Most of the examples that we have heard are related to services, as you know, Airbnb or Uber. However, we can also apply this kind of economy to products. If we think, for example, well, I have a case of one of my students who is providing a platform, an application mainly related to the distribution of the distribution of products for women, for example, dresses, jewelry, And in this kind of platform, a person can look for a particular place where they can rent, or they can buy a dress or a jewelry. And I think that it also can apply to products.
Through the use of these new technology possibilities in the sharing communities, many more industries will be disrupted. It is clear that there are many more markets to evolve, and the concept is far from reaching its full potential. However, there are a few companies who have taken a huge market share of their markets already, and we're going to present the two biggest ones, which are the companies who are driving this concept forward the most. The first one being Airbnb. Airbnb was started in 2008 by three friends in California, and their idea is to offer a platform for renting and renting out accommodations peer-to-peer. They currently have over 500,000 private accommodations in 192 countries on their site. The second one is Uber. Uber was started in 2009 in California as well. Uber's business model is based on a smartphone app that allows users to request a trip that they want to go on, and then sends the request to multiple drivers with their own private cars, asking if they want to pick you up. In May this year, Uber was available in 58 countries and 300 cities worldwide. The founders of Uber recognized an opportunity in the taxi industry that was outdated, and that there were many better ways of transportation that could be developed. Through the use of new technologies, with people having smartphones with GPS, the solution was clear to them. With their smartphone application, they would help utilizing private assets in a better way, and through this create opportunities and give the better choice of transportation, suitable for all different occasions.
¿Cuál es su nombre?
Agapito Rocha Treviño.
¿Cuánto tiempo tiene trabajando con Uber?
4 meses aproximadamente.
¿Cuál es su experiencia en general?
Muy buena, se puede decir muy buena, llegando a excelente.
Okay. ¿Por qué empezó a trabajar con ellos?
Por una oportunidad de trabajo que me dio una persona, un socio de Uber.
Okay. ¿Y a qué se dedicaba antes?
Era chofer de un diputado federal.
¿Cómo ha mejorado el trabajar con Uber en su vida?
Muchísimo, he ido más relación, más a relacionarme con la gente.
¿Qué beneficios puede ver de trabajar con Uber?
Beneficios económicos sí los hay. Hay un muy buen trabajo.
¿Y qué cosas negativas puede ver al trabajar con Uber?
Dice que rarísimo, no he tenido una experiencia negativa con las personas que he atendido. Entonces, y Uber me ha tratado muy bien, desde el socio, que viene siendo mi jefe, y las personas relacionadas con Uber me han tratado muy bien.
¿Y a qué lugares suele ir más seguido a recoger a gente o a dejarles?
Recoger a gente puede ser lo que es el área de San Agustín, el main entrance, y llevar, se puede decir que al aeropuerto o al mismo centro.
¿Y qué tipo de clientes tienen?
De todo tipo.
¿Y alguna experiencia en particular que nos quiera platicar?
En una ocasión, me da como que la protección del cliente primero. Si yo la dejo en su casa, yo me espero a que usted entre a su casa. Y me tocó una experiencia con una pareja que me dijeron, aquí es, y era un barrio peligroso, por no decir peligrosísimo. Entonces me di cuenta que dudaron, equivocaron de dirección. Estuvieron como 10 minutos, entonces en un barrio muy peligroso solos. Entonces tuvieron la opción de subirse al coche y llevarlos a la dirección correcta. Entonces es una bonita experiencia. Como le digo, ninguna experiencia negativa.
Muchas gracias, Agapito.
No, para servir esto.
Uber is considered by most people to be a more secure and fancier way of traveling around your city, thanks to the fact that both drivers and riders are registered in the systems of Uber. The company provides the payment method, and all transactions go with cards, and this is where they make their money. They take a percentage of between 5 and 20% for each trip that they make. So how much does Uber cost? The most valid answer would be less.
And how was your experience with them?
I really like it. I stand by it, knowing that it's a great service and it hasn't been, I haven't had any difficulties with it, so I like it.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, my experience in Uber, well, it was pretty cool because I got to my destiny, quick and without trouble. Was very comfortable too. Well, because I think it's a more personalized type of transport than a normal cab. So, and I think it is more secure than a normal one. So,
Okay, thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Uber's mission is to go to every major city in the world and roll out an efficient, convenient, elegant transportation system. I like to think that Uber is creating a new way of getting around cities. First use case that matters in a city is going out. Maybe it's date night or maybe it's going out to the clubs with friends. But very quickly, it starts to move into daytime use. You get used to pushing that button at night on Friday or Saturday. Then you're stuck between meetings and you need to get somewhere. And it sort of works its way from the weekend into the weekday. That simplicity around not having to think about how I'm going to get from point A to point B is huge. In cities around the world, especially the major ones, you have a very stagnant transportation ecosystem. A lot of times they don't work. Bringing innovation to this world, which in many cases really hasn't been innovated on in decades, can really bring diversity to a system that hasn't seen a lot of that. Uber is everyone's private driver, and the drivers are the lifeblood of Uber. We're bringing that kind of experience to the masses.
I started with one car and right now I have several cars. I couldn't see myself managing 5, 6, 7 drivers without Uber. I would have to have a whole office, dispatcher, and now it's easy.
I set my hours around my kids' school. Once I take care of them, then I can schedule any day, anytime I want to work. The freedom is the big component of my decision to join Uber.
So much about cities is how you get around them. If you can bring real efficiency, real convenience, and real comfort to how you move around that city, you can change the way people live in that city.
I'm Peg and I'm an Airbnb host, and I have been an Airbnb host for almost 3 years. I was laid off April 30th of 2009. Another regular job isn't necessarily a good objective. So the idea of sharing definitely help a lot. It helps pay the mortgage. I don't think of them as strangers. I think of them as friends I haven't met yet. Nice meeting you. Okay. Takes commitment, and if I commit to a guest coming, I can't say, oh, it's not going to work today. I'm committed, and it's lots of connecting, that's for sure.
Airbnb is a sharing community for people who are looking for a room, apartment, or a house to stay in during shorter periods. They're taking advantage of the fact that people are traveling more and more, and that hotels haven't been evolving enough with technology. At the same time, there's a lack of accommodations, and many people have rooms or vacation houses standing empty for longer times without any reason. What Airbnb do is to match the people who are looking for somewhere to stay. with the people who have extra spaces in the easiest possible way, once again increasing the efficiency of consumer assets. The idea of Airbnb came from two roommates whilst they were both between jobs and decided to rent out space in their apartment to people who needed a place to sleep for a couple of days. Have you ever used sharing economy services like Airbnb?
Yes, I have, actually not so long ago, like maybe a year. We were going for New Year's Eve to Playa del Carmen with some friends, and a friend recommended the app. So I checked it and I found this really nice hostel that it was really cheap for being New Year's Eve. And it all made it really easy through the app, like to book it. It was cheaper, it was, they answer immediately, so it was really good. We had a really good time and the place was absolutely awesome. It was everything they promised on the app, so it was really good.
How do you think that services like those have changed your behavior when looking for accommodations or going somewhere?
It definitely has changed it, because before I worried more when I was searching for a hotel. It took me more time. I needed to see if they were available, if it had everything I needed, if it was close to the places I wanted to go. And with Airbnb, it's much easier. I have it in my hand, I can pay through there. It gives me the list that I'm looking for, the price that I want. They answer immediately. I have a more personal relationship with the people that I'm gonna book the house with, or the apartment or hostel. So I find it more, it's faster, it's easier, it's cheaper in every way. So yeah, the Airbnb app has made me definitely check out other apps that are similar or that have the same way of working, like Uber, for example. Whenever I'm looking for a taxi, I don't need to go out to the street, find one, see how much it's gonna be and everything. Now I have it on my phone. I can actually check it, I can pay with my credit card if I don't have cash, and it comes directly to where I'm going to, and it's much more, maybe I can say better service and cheaper. So yeah, I think it definitely changed the behavior.
From the different businesses as Airbnb to Uber, the sharing economy is transforming labor markets, business-to-business IT infrastructures and far more. As the CEO of an event company said, the sharing company is literally changing everything we know about businesses. People in the ages of 18 to 24 are most excited about using these services, but also families are intrigued. Of all the people who have tried any sharing services, 57% agrees that they like the thought of using them, and 73% will definitely use them again. It is evident that the sharing economy is changing how people behave in the different markets. The sharing economy has great potential, and there are so many markets that haven't even started to evolve anything in regard to this. And there are so many people who are interested in sharing services but haven't tried them. However, the biggest issue seems to be the issue of trust. Since the whole economic system is based on peer-to-peer, verification of the users can be an important improvement of services. We would say that the sharing economy today is currently where the social media was 10 years ago. This new economic model will without doubt continue to build new companies and disrupt many more industries in the years to come, just as the social medias did.